Yes, live.
Hare Krishna. Good evening. I have one new guest to welcome amidst us. That is Sumati Mataji. She's under the name, I think, one second, let me see, Umapati. Yes.
I think Sumati Umapati.
Yes. So she is our Muktinath Yatra friend. She was quite keen to join our session. Warm welcome to you, Mataji. And with that,
Welcome, Mataji.
I
Welcome.
also welcome to all of you. A warm
Thank
good
you. Thank
evening.
you.
Welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy the session. We are starting our systematic study of Gita, Gitamrutam Rasamalayam. We are on chapter 7, Gnana Vijnana Yoga, the knowledge of the Absolute. Thank you for taking time off on a weekend and joining the session. Let us explore Krishna's divine essence together. We will be covering his cosmic forms, reflection on true knowledge, and how rare it is, and application of surrender. Most of us know the word surrender, but what it actually means is something which we must go through this class today. With this, I start with obeisances to my Guru Maharaj, His Highness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. I seek his blessings so that I can speak a few words and make justice to the chapter on hand. I also offer obeisances to my Shiksha Guru, Gaur Vilas Prabhuji, and we start with Sri Guru Pranam Mantra. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. We all love Golok and we have decided to board the Goloka Express, which is going to take us at topmost speed to Goloka. Today we are on 7th chapter, Knowledge of the Absolute. We are going to cover overview of divine supremacy, rarity of knowledge, and overcoming illusion. We are going to learn today that we are going to see God in nature, all around us. And there is total surrender required to pierce through the illusion of daily life. That is going to be the essence of learning today. The acronym of this chapter is HEAD. H is for hearing, E is for everywhere. We are on E. A is to accept and reject, surrendering unto Krishna, choice is ours, and D is demigods. So we'll be covering everywhere and accept and reject today. As I start, we all must be wondering why I shared this link and said, please go through this article that says, when the Lord walked into our home. Generally, we speak about stories from Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga. But here is a story from Kali Yuga. And it is happening to one of us amongst you. It's happening to me. It's in our house. So it can't get closer than this. Why did I share this blog post? Because when we go through Bhakti Yoga, we must prepare our heart. We must realize that Lord is amongst us, amidst us, with us, every movement, provided we want to see Him. So this Saligram Bhagwan, his name is Gopal Saligrama, resided on the banks of Yamuna River in Rajapur near Chitrakoot for 120 years. I'll give you a brief context, hoping that everyone has read this blog. Let me ask, has anyone not read the blog so far? You can mention it in the chat. You will enjoy the class better if you have read the blog, because I am going to quote from the blog. So from the banks of Rajapur, he comes from illustrious worshippers like Tulsidas Maharaj, who wrote the Ramayana treatise, and he lived in the temple for 120 years. One thing led to other. We visited him. We were getting into discussion, and the Lord decided to walk into our home. And what has happened after that since he has come? Lord is always there for protection. I have mentioned 3 times he saved my life. Then he also gave us another realization. He is Saligrama. And we were in Rajdham. We came to Rajdham not because of our Sukruti, we came to Rajdham because of Saligram's decision. He lived on the banks of Yamuna. He wanted to reach Rajdham. So he came to us in Bombay, and from Bombay, he brought us to Rajdham. And how did we realize this? The Lord doesn't speak to you, but the Lord gives you information. The Lord just asks you to open your eyes. We were in Radharaman temple in Rajdham, which is the most famous Saligram Sheila, beautiful deity in Rajdham. And it was there that I had this realization that the Lord traveled to Bombay from Rajapur because his ultimate destination was to be in Rajdham on the banks of Yamuna River. This is how the Lord talks to you. Not just that, I can go on and on. He stayed put in a temple for over 120 years. It was his desire to see the world. And since he has come to our house, we have been on one yatra after the other. Not only that, the last yatra of us was to Muktinath Dham, which is also known as Saligram Kshetra. So we are his chariots. He wants to see the world, and we are Nimitta Matra. So this is the essence of what I wanted to share of this blog article. So this, once you read this, if you have not read this, please read it. You will understand how Lord works with us, within us. He lives amidst us, and we can see him, we can feel him, we can experience him. From this blog, that was the first part of the invite. This is how we can welcome Krishna in our lives. Then came the quiz. And the title of this quiz was Hidden Architecture of Reality. We see, but we don't realize. And the goal of this quiz is before you come into the class, you should get a flavor of what we are going to discuss. The goal of this quiz is not marks. The goal of this quiz is reflection. Krishna is inviting us to see reality with a new pair of eyes. It's not about testing knowledge. It's about training ourselves to notice Krishna's presence hidden within everyday life, around us, amidst us. So that is open our eyes to see the new reality. That was what this quiz attempted to do. I will briefly go through the quiz. I hope all of you have answered it or tried to answer it. Don't worry about the marks, as I said. So the first question was, I wanted to start with the invisible connection. That's the first verse of the day too. What is the question? When you look at pearl necklace, what is that you see? We all see pearls, and the right answer is B. But what we don't see is the silk thread hidden inside. The second question is titled as the soul of an element. The question is, according to Gita 7 and 8, in what sense is Krishna present in water? How many of us know this, realize this, remember this, that we cannot live without Krishna even for a moment, because without sipping water, our thirst is never quenched. So the correct answer to this question is D. He is in all of the above, but most directly as it states. Question number 3 is titled as the source of talent. When you see a talented person around us, what is that talent due to? Where does it come from? It's a spark. You can see Sachin Tendulkar, you can see Albert Einstein, Newton, what have you. Krishna says, the greatness that is there in a man too is because of me. I am that greatness. The correct answer of this is B. The fourth question is the original sin. Most intriguing question, because where does the fragrance come from when I plant a seed? The seed does not have fragrance, the water does not have fragrance, but when the plant is born, the tree is born, it flowers, you have a rose flower, you have a jasmine flower, unique scents, all through eternally. How is it possible? Krishna says, I am the scent. And the answer is correct. The correct answer is I am the original fragrance, that is B. The last question is, the master of the matrix. We all go through mood swings, laziness, passion, calm. Why is it due to? Why we are so moody? Krishna uses the answer, and the answer in the question is correct. Answer is B. So this was a brief flavor of understanding Krishna, who is amidst us. What we need is a new pair of eyes. We all talk about Wi-Fi. We want connectivity. Today, we are here to realize and understand the universal connection that Krishna has created. It is like we connect the Wi-Fi through a password into our device. We have to create that password in our minds to open our eyes and to see behind the pearls what is hidden. And that is the thread which is holding the necklace together. With this, what is that we are going to cover today? We are going to gain deeper vision. We are going to understand divine supremacy. And what does it help? It helps us to overcome our illusion. There's a beautiful story at the end of this class where we will see even an esteemed person like Narad Muni became a prey of Maya. So, what are we going to study today? We're going to study the art of how we cannot get Krishna by escaping from this world, but we can get Krishna by seeing him within this world. He is not talking philosophy here. He is directly telling, please see me around you. That's the essence of the class today. Section 2, everywhere. And it is literally everywhere. You have to just see where he is not available, not where he is available. Let's see how it comes, how it goes. Now, before I really start this, I want to bring home that importance of devotion. What can take us to Krishna? So I give you an example here. Can any of you recognize what is shown in this picture? Of course, we will not be able to have an interaction session because of time limitations. But if I have to give you the answer, it is iron filings. So what is the nature of iron filings? They are always scattered randomly, no direction, no order. But the same iron filings, if you bring them near a magnet, what happens? The iron filings get attracted to the magnet and you see them aligned beautifully around the magnet. So the essence of today's class is like the iron filings align themselves to a magnet, we should find the magnet of our lives. And that is, we are like this. We are pulled by different influences. We know why is it going to happen after the class. It is because of Maya, the three modes. You have sense pleasures pulling in one direction, ego, pride, greed, jealousy, what have you. We are like iron filings with no direction. But if you are able to identify the right magnet, and that is Krishna, he can attract us. He can help us align ourselves from being scattered in this world. That is the essence of learning today. The first verse will be a refresh of what we did in the last class, which is 7.7. Matta parataram nanyat kinchid asti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre manigana eva. The translation is, O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. What a powerful verse. All of us see the necklace, but how many of us notice the thread? That is the analogy which Krishna gives us in this great verse. So you can see what I'm mentioning to you. This is the necklace. This thread, the thin thread, is hardly visible to the eyes, whereas the pearls is visible so nicely. Matta. What is Matta? Matta is beyond me. Arataram is superior. Na Anyat. He is the supreme absolute. So there is no other person like Krishna to be our magnets in our life. And this is what we have discussed so far. This is the iron filings. This is what happens when you put it near the magnet. And the essence of Krishna speaking these verses is, he says, align yourselves. You are all scattered around like iron filings. Come and align yourself towards me. He says, Kinchit Asti. I am the highest truth. There is nothing beyond him. Dhananjaya. That is the name of Arjuna, O winner of the well. Vayu sarvam idam protam. And he says, this entire universe is existing within me. But I am not in there. I am not affected by that. And we will see a very powerful verse which comes forward where he says, I am the seed, but I am the eternal seed. Sutre maniganai. I am the thread on this pearl necklace. What is the essence of this analogy? The essence of this analogy is the pearls are what we see as the universe around us. The planets, the stars, the mountains, the rivers, all this are visible. But what is not visible is the presence and the essence of Krishna, who sustains this world, who creates this world. And of course, he also destroys this world. So we must try to open our eyes and say that, well, I must see the hidden thread in the beautiful pearl necklace that is this universe around us and within which we all live. So, what is the essence of this verse? Move away from material vision to spiritual vision. Don't see the many pearls. Try to go behind that and see that one thread which is nicely hanging the pearls around and making that necklace so look so beautiful. Before we get into the next verse, I want to share. Okay, we will come to this. I will mention this here. Two important concepts. One is transcendence. Krishna is not affected by anything material. He is beyond the material. That is transcendence. And there is another thing that he is going to help us understand today, and that is called immanence. What is immanence? We will see in the next line. I'll give you three examples to explain what immanence is. And after that, you will never forget what is the essence of immanence. Sun and sunshine. Here is the sun distant in the sky, but we can see the sun as sunshine in all our rooms. Wherever there is darkness, sunshine is present. But is the sun and the sunlight the same? No. Sun is billions of years away in terms of distance away from us, but he is visible as sunlight everywhere. So that is sun and his energy. This is how we must understand. Krishna and his energy, we are only seeing his energy all around us. So he's present in us, within us, but he is not in it. The sun is not in the sunlight. The sun is where? In his sun loka, Surya loka. First example. Second example is jewelry. I have shown you necklace. These are earrings. You can have a ring. You can have a bangle. What have you? You melt them, all that you left is gold, metal, gold, maybe with a little bit of impurities of copper. So the way we have to understand Krishna is whatever you see in this world, if you melt them away, there's only gold that is left behind. The substratum of any necklace, anything in this universe is built on Krishna. The last example is, how do we understand Krishna? Ocean and the wave. As long as the ocean exists, there is a wave. The height of the wave can be small, the wave can be fierce, etc., etc. There could be tsunami waves too. But that wave exists because of the ocean. The necklace exists because of gold. There is sunlight because of sun. There is this universe because of Krishna. That is the immanence of Krishna. He is present everywhere within his creation. That is what is the essence of the verses that are going to start now. The question we should ask ourselves, what happens if Krishna suddenly disappeared from this world? No taste in water, no brilliance in sun, no sound in space, no fragrance around us, and no life in living beings. That is what is going to be left with. There will be darkness and chaos because the source of creation is absent. That is how we should try to understand and relate to the coming verses now. The first verse of the day says, seeing Krishna everywhere. The next three verses, he lists 14 examples of how we can see Krishna around us. Rasoham apsu kaunteya, prabhasmi sashi suryayo, pranava sarva vedeshu, sabdake paurusham nrushu. What is the translation? He says, O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. We have to just take the essence of the words. He is giving us examples, 5 examples of how we can see Krishna in our daily lifetime, in our daily routine. Raso aham apsu kaunteya. Aham means I. Krishna is very clear, no ground for any doubt. He says, I am the taste of water. Now, what is this taste of water? How do we understand this? You can understand that as sapidity. That is the one which gives us the flavor. That is the one which helps us taste. It is present as saliva in our mouth. What is saliva made up of? It is made up of water. It is saliva which helps us to get the taste of anything that we eat. So Krishna is saying, I am that basic taste that exists in water. So every time you drink a glass of water, you don't have to ask yourself, where should I find Krishna today? You can find him in your glass of water as you sip the water. It is so easy to see Krishna. Then he says, Prabhasmi Sashi Surya Yo. He says, all of us are aware of sunlight, all of us are aware of moonlight. Krishna says, I am that light. Sunlight shines on the sinners and the saints alike. He never differentiates. Moonlight, because of moonlight, all the crops in this world get their energy because of that moonlight. So he is looking after this world by giving us light both in the day and in the night. Next he says, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. I am the word Pranava, Om. From Om comes Omni, omnipresent. The Lord is everywhere. Vedas, many mantras start with the invocation Om. So what does Vedas talk about? It talks about the transcendence of the Lord. So Krishna is saying, I am that word Om. And there is some message. Okay, he is having network issue. Okay, Murari is facing network issue. Try.
That was an old message, bro. He's already there on the
Acha,
call.
there is. He's already joined?
He just left now. Maybe network issue.
Okay,
But he was
okay,
there
okay,
till now.
okay, okay. The third line says, Paurusham Nushu. What is it? Ability, competence in man. And Prabhuji, you can see me while talking?
Yes, very much.
Okay. What is this ability in man? So you see that Sachin Tendulkar or a brilliant boxer like Muhammad Ali, Newton, Einstein walk past. All the fame that is coming, all the intelligence that is coming, all the abilities, special abilities are coming because of Krishna. Sabdake, the sound that travels in ether is Krishna. Then, after seeing these 5 elements that Krishna says, how he is present, we can also understand how the manifestation of this universe happens. It flows outward from his divine energy into element, Panchabhutas, which is the medium, the sense objects is the ability, our eyes, our ears, our mouth, our tongue, our skin. Reception is the senses. So the direction of manifestation, creation of this universe moves from the element to sense objects to the senses. I think I made a mistake here. Sense objects is sound, form, taste, and senses is eyes, ears, nose, tongue. So this is how the direction of manifestation takes place. What is the learning on our daily life? Krishna is teaching us about his universal presence. We are seeing 5 examples. We will see another 9 examples going forward. Spirituality begins when ordinary experiences stop being ordinary. Looks very simple, but very powerful. We should look at an ordinary thing, but try to recognize the extraordinary thing hidden within the ordinary. That is moving from material vision to spiritual vision. Spirituality begins when ordinary experiences stop being ordinary. Krishna is teaching us his universal presence. He is in every speck. The cosmic tapestry is created by Krishna. This is the daily learning for our lives. Next verse, he continues describing his immanence. Punyoganda putriyam cha tejas chasmi vibhavasau jivanam sarvabhuteshu tapas chasmi tapasvishu. What is the translation? He says, I am the original fragrance of the earth. Mark this word. Taste of water, fragrance of earth. And I am the heat in the fire. I am the life of all that lives. And I am the penance of all ascetics. Let's go through the verse line by line. Punyaganda Prithviyam Cha is the original fragrance of earth. When I mention this, it looks very ordinary to you, but if you reflect, think deeper, you will understand this is the most fascinating thing that you can ever come across in your life. Let me ask you, when you plant a seed, does the seed have any fragrance? Does it have any scent? I put a rose seed or a banyan seed. Does it have any fragrance? No fragrance. The seed is put in the earth. The earth, if I no, pick up a piece of small amount of earth and smell, I don't think I will get to see a rose smell in that. I water it, I nourish it, and it becomes a beautiful plant, a beautiful tree. But the tree, when it flowers, that flower has a unique fragrance. Where is that fragrance coming from? Have you ever thought of it? Do we ever reflect on it? Because it is day to day occurrence, it is so ordinary. I pick up a jasmine flower, I expect it to be having beautiful fragrance. Never ever thinking, where is this fragrance coming from? Now, Krishna is telling me that I am the fragrance of the earth. It is the earth that is giving the fragrance to the flower of rose and the flower of jasmine. That is the power of Krishna. Tejas chasmi vibhavaso. He says, I am the heat in the fire. In the last verse, he says, I am Tejas chasmi prabhasmi sachi surya yo. I am the light of the sun and the moon. And now he's saying, I am the heat in the fire. A heat in the fire is what makes fire unique. We can heat, we can illuminate, we can remove cold from our lives. When we were in Muktinath, it was that jacket which was keeping us warm. A heat in the fire. So important for us to lead our normal life. Then he continues. He says, I am Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. I am the lifespan of all living entities. He does not say Jivanam Sarva Manushyeshu. I am the lifespan of only human beings. No, he says Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu, lifespan of all living entities. Whenever when we are ill, we go to a doctor, he gives us medicines. And doctors very clearly say, it is within my ability to medicate you. But the healing comes from a force beyond me. And the lifespan is controlled by Krishna. Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. For all the living species in this universe, there is no difference. You live long, you live short, everything is decided by Krishna. Because he is the essence of Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu. Tapas is austerity. Chasmi Tapasvishu of the austere. All the Gnanis, all the sages that you see in the Himalayas, when they are meditating on Krishna, Krishna says the power to meditate, power to focus, power to concentrate is also coming from me. That is Krishna. What is he learning from this verse? God is not absent from matter. Matter shines because of God's presence. A rose is a rose because Krishna is present in the rose as the fragrance of rose. A jasmine is a jasmine because Krishna is present in the jasmine flower as the fragrance of jasmine. That is the essence. God is not absent in the matter. God is making the matter shine because of his presence. Let's go to the last verse of this immanence where he describes further qualities. Another outstanding verse. It says, Bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi partha sanatanam buddhir buddhi matam asmi tejas tejasvinam aham. What is the translation? He says, O son of Pratha, know that I am the original seed of all existences. When I mention this, when you read this, it looks very simple. Three words. Original seed of all existences. Let us understand the gravity, the depth of what Krishna is telling us. The intelligence of the intelligent and the promise of all powerful men. What does Krishna mean by saying, I am the original seed of all existences? If I were to take a banyan seed and plant it in the earth and a huge banyan tree comes out of it, what happens to the seed? The seed gets consumed. Yes or no? This is the question you have to ask yourself. Will the banyan seed survive after it becomes a massive tree? No. Any seed in this material world gets consumed after birth. But Krishna is saying, all the universes come out of me, but I am eternal. I am the eternal seed. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam. Vidhi partha sanatanam. He says, please know this, O Partha. Do not understand, do not misunderstand the essence of me. I am the seed of existence, but this seed doesn't get consumed on manifestation. The seed continues independent of the creation. Then he says, Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. We must remember this, many a times we try to compare ourselves. We always feel, why are there only few geniuses in this world? Because the genius is by design of Krishna. They have done some sukriti in their past life because of which they have reached that level of excellence. We must not look at them and compare. We must look at ourselves and feel happy that we have all our faculties working so well. We can talk, we can speak, we can laugh, we can sit in the Gita class and listen to Gita Mrutam Rasamayanam. That is also the blessing of Krishna. We have the intelligence to be in this class today because Buddhir Buddhimatam Asmi. It is because of Krishna's will that we are in this session today. Tejasvinam aham. He says aham again. Wherever you see aham, mark the word. It is I. Krishna has no ground for any doubt. He says, I am Tejasvinam aham. The picture makes it very clear. The best of the boxers or the best of any sportsman, the best of in any field, could be a scientist, could be a politician, could be a boxer, could be a sportsman. The excellence in this human race comes from the splendor of the splendid. That is because of Krishna. What do we see as a summary of this verse? Krishna is the eternal seed, the seed which doesn't get consumed after millions of universes are manifesting from it. He is the divine source. He is the intelligent of the intelligent, the strength of the strong, the beauty of the beautiful. Shift in perspective. We must move our vision from material to spiritual. Whenever you see excellence around you, there should not be envy, there should be appreciation. You must see Krishna in that excellence. It is because of him that this gentleman or this lady has reached to that level of excellence. So that excellence is to be recognized as Krishna. So he has described 14 elements, 14 things that we can see Krishna manifest in them in our day-to-day lives. What does he establish in that? He establishes three most important concepts. He is the catalyst, taste. He doesn't say I'm water. He says I'm the taste in water. Just imagine. He's the spark. He says I'm the heat in the fire. And he's the source, eternal source, because he says, I am the seed from which this universe is born, but I am independent of my creation, which can never happen in this material realm. It can only happen in the spiritual world because Krishna is the supreme Lord. He is transcendent and he is immanent. Let's go to the next verse. So, what have we covered? We have covered 7.8 when he says, I am the light in the sun and the moon, I am the taste of water. Then in 7.10, he says, Punya Gandho Prithviyam Cha, he says, I am the fragrance in the earth. Then in 7.10, he says, Punyo Gandha Prithviyam Cha. Uh, what is this? Paurusha Shabdat Ke Paurusham. So, sound in ether. So these three verses give us the tapestry of how we should see Krishna amongst us, around us, amidst us, within us. We go to the 11th verse, the fourth verse of the day. Another beautiful verse. Balam balavatam chaham kam raga vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatar sabha. Please understand, Krishna is using the word kama twice, and each of them is directly opposite to the other. That is the beauty of Krishna. Let's see and enjoy the essence of learning in this verse. Kama manifests the divine when harmonized with dharma. Kama, sex, per se, is not bad if it is used for procreation of and protect dharma. That's what Krishna says. He says, I am the strength of the strong. Balam balavatam chaham. Devoid of passion and desire. I am sex life. And Krishna is openly saying this. There's nothing to be ashamed of sex life, which is not contrary to religious principle. O Lord of Bharata, Arjuna, Bharata Sabha. So let's see what is Krishna explaining in this verse. I told you he's using the word kama twice in the same verse, and first kama is completely opposite to the second kama in the fourth line. Let's understand. Kama raga vivarjitam. He says, any desire which is against dharma, I am not that desire. If the sex life is to procreate to illicit means, multiple partners, Krishna says, I will punish them. I am not that sex life. The moment if it is Kamosmi Bharatar Sabha, if there is a desire for dharma, you make your desire a window to see Krishna. He says, I am that Kama. So any desire to support dharma comes, Krishna lives in that. Any desire which has to support adharma, Krishna doesn't live in that. Duryodhana wanted to be the king because he wanted to rule and enjoy. Krishna never supported him. Pandavas wanted to rule because of upholding dharma. So desire with dharma, Krishna supports. Desire against dharma, Krishna does not support. That is why he is using two words, same words, in two different lines, meaning the opposite, but very clear in giving you the context. I am this karma if is protect dharma. I am not the dharma if you are going to support adharma. Strength without selfish attachment. That is what Kamaragu Vivarjita means. He says, I am that king who is using his strength to protect the weak and not for personal aggression or aggrandizement like Duryodhana wanted to do. Krishna will support any Raja Rishi who upholds dharma, protects the citizen. He is Balam Balavatam Chaham. He is the strength. He gives you the strength because you are protecting dharma. The same strength, you, however powerful you are, you want to misuse it to support adharma, then what happens? Krishna mows you down mercilessly. And he's telling this openly. He's not saying that, oh, well, this is something between the lines, hidden meaning. It is very clear saying that I will support dharma, I will pull down adharma. Then he says, Dharma viruddho bhuteshu. I am the desire in harmony as long as it is with dharma. Why am I showing a marriage photograph here? Because marriage is allowed as per scriptures. A marriage is a union of husband and wife to procreate, to bring into this world a child who will worship, offer himself in surrender to Krishna. That desire for procreation is supported by Krishna. Kamosmi Bharata Sabha. He says that kama purifies you, sanctifies you. Only then I am present in that kama. That is the essence of this verse. What is the key learning? So we must, yes, we have learned that, karma is something which we should be worried. Yes, if you take it on a standalone basis, karma is something which we should be worried. We should not be tempted. We should withstand, withdraw, pull ourselves away from. Krishna then also clarifies, then also qualifies. He says, desire per se is not bad, but unrighteous desire is bad. So being strong, being rich, being great is not bad, provided you don't misuse the gift of strength, knowledge, beauty, wealth, treasure, whatever you have been blessed by Krishna. True strength is value based and not ego driven. He does not support megalomaniacs. He is very clear. You should use your strength for spreading love, wisdom, compassion, seva, dharma. Living in alignment with dharma purifies action. So, this is the essence of 7.11. Let's move to the 7.12. Now we start getting the know what is that which is binding us. All of us know that we should be pious, we should be truthful, we should be honest, we should follow the scriptures, we should follow the four regulative principles. But then somewhere there is a mist between the lip and the kiss. Why? Or lip and the cup. Why? That is because of this verse. Understand this verse. Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajasas tamasaschaye matta eviti tan vidhi natva aham te sute mayi. Looks very complicated, but it is very simple. He says, know that all states of being, na ye chaiva satvika bhava, that is, be they of goodness. Understand this, huh? Even goodness is being classified as something which you should be cautious of. Passion, rajasas, or ignorance, tamasas, are manifested by my energy. We should understand that these three modes are very powerful because they are coming from Krishna. They are his energy. Just like you cannot take away sunlight from sun, you cannot take the modes away from Krishna. I am in one sense everything. So the modes come from him, but Krishna is not affected by that. He says, I am independent. I am not under the modes of material nature. We should underline this. Krishna is beyond the modes of nature. That is why he is called transcendental. For they, on the contrary, are within me. So these modes are within him. So what is the first point of learning? Respect the three modes. Be aware that they are very strong and difficult to overcome. We can overcome them only if we follow the path and the formula given by Krishna himself in the coming verses. So Krishna is the source. He's very clearly saying that all of them are emanating from me. He says, Matta eveti tanvi. And he controls the three modes of nature, and he is not affected by them. Yechaiva satvika bhava. He says, whatever exists in the mode of goodness. Now, this is a very, very important underlying message. We should store this in our permanent memory. We went to Muktidham Yatra. We came back from the Yatra, and it's a standing instruction that all the pious credits that you gain from a Tirtha Yatra also has to be sacrificed at the feet of the Lord. As you leave the Dham, you should say, Oh Lord, thank you for giving me darshan. Please take the pious credits. I'm giving it to you as Arpana. I don't want to carry back any pious credits with me because living in the mode of goodness, having goodness, pious credits also will bring me back into this world. We want that. We must gain pious credits and offer it at the feet of the Lord. It is for Him to do what He wants with that. Rajasas, tamasas chahe. The same thing applies to passion and ignorance. Of course, passion and ignorance will be very glad to give it to Krishna, provided he takes it. So, what we must be cautious is don't try to be attracted and act in the mode of goodness to beyond an extent, even that is not good for us. We must be aiming at transcendence. We must be aiming to go above the mode of goodness. So, from passion, from ignorance, come to the mode of goodness. That is like getting basic passing marks. Crossing that is transcendence. That is spirituality. So all these modes are emanating from Krishna, but Krishna says, I am completely independent. Mattayeveti tannadi. Modes come from me, natu aham tesute mahi. I am not affected them. Why we should surrender to Krishna? Because he is the all-powerful. If I am surrendering to another person who is also bound by the three modes, how will I get any help from him? So if you try to work with the material resources to find freedom, happiness, it is limited. If you surrender to the eternal who can take you above this because he is transcendental, then only we can step above the mood's influence. What is the learning in our daily lives? We must remember, we must come out of this dependency on the three modes. Mode of goodness looks attractive. We all want to do charity. We all want to do dham yatra. We all want to do chanting. But the essence of all these pious credit is not to be in the mode of goodness. We use that to step above the mode of goodness by surrendering to Krishna. That is, go to the source and not the intermediate ropes which are making us dance to their tune. Surrender to the divine because he is eternal, he is independent, he is self-sustaining. What is the nature of these three modes? Why we should be careful? Because they are constantly changing and shifting. Whereas Krishna is eternal, achala. Nothing happens to him. All our relationships are affected by time. Our parents come and go, our partners come and go, our children come and go. But our relationship with Krishna will only grow from this life to the next life. And what is the relationship between Krishna and modes? He is very clearly telling us all the modes are within me, but I am not affected by them. Why we must surrender to Krishna? Because he is above this material. He is the only one who can give us a solution from the attraction of these modes. We come to the third section of the day, which is accept or reject. How to surrender to Krishna. Now, this verse again is talking about the importance of modes and how we should come out of the clutches. Tribirguna bhaver iti sarvam idam jagat mohitam nabijanati mam medya param avyayam. Mark these two words. Krishna, in every word, gives us a strong anchor and says that realize this and then you decide what you will do. The jivas are deluded by the modes and thus cannot understand me. All of us know that we must do this, we must surrender to Krishna, but how many of us are able to do it? Why only few are able to take time out and attend Gita classes? The time is constant. Every one of us has 24 hours. All of us are equally busy, but that shows that you need mercy to also pursue spiritual knowledge. Deluded by the three modes, they are goodness, passion, and ignorance. The whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible. Above the modes, inexhaustible, avyayam. Tribhir bhav hai. So there are three modes of nature, and each of them is like a rope, like a chain which binds us. And why we should be afraid and why we should be respectful of these three modes because they are Krishna's energy, they are coming from him. Only a student of Gita will know this and he will act accordingly. That is the benefit of reading scriptures. Epi sarvam idam jagat. The whole world does not know this concept of three modes. It's only when you open Gita, when you listen to Gita, when you do Shravanam, Kirtanam, Mananam, then we will understand that, okay, there is something called modes and we should be careful, we should be cautious. Because that leads us away from Krishna, whereas we want to go towards Krishna. Mohitam Nabhijanati. They are all bewildered because we don't know what to do. Mamepya paramavlyam. Please understand what is Krishna is defining two more qualities. He says, I am param, I am avyayam. I am transcendental, I am imperishable. So Krishna is giving us an understanding of divine reality. He is beyond the three modes. So you may be wondering, what is transcendence? We use this word transcendence very frequently. Transcendence means param, beyond transcendental reality, beyond the three modes. Avyayam is imperishable. You take 10, the vessel doesn't get empty. There will be 100 in it. You take 100, there will be 1,000 in it. That is imperishable. So don't try to find happiness by manipulating the material modes. Any amount of hard work, any amount of wealth, by the time you have accumulated wealth, your health would have suffered and you will be back to square one. You will perhaps regret that, I chased wealth at the cost of my health. So Krishna says, beware, be careful, do what is right. Don't try to optimize one, maximize one at the cost of the other. Wealth at the cost of health is the worst thing that afflicts all of us in Kali Yuga. What is the learning? The material experience is delusional. It is colorful, it is distracting. Don't get tempted, don't get attracted. Chase the divine reality because it is hidden, very difficult to see the thread holding the necklace together. It is subtle, but it is foundational. Timelines, duration. Anything material is temporary and subject to karma. Krishna is saying, I am the only one who is not affected by time. I am avyayam, eternal, inexhaustible. Don't be bound by the state of three gunas. Be bound by the imperishable Krishna. Surrender to the Lord who is the supreme absolute. Last verse of the day coming up starts with a story, very easy to recognize. Here is a nice looking gentleman who is all in chains. And these chains are none other than the Moors. So this man cannot escape these chains by going to another person or another prisoner because that prisoner is also bound by the three chains. The only way he can escape is he goes to the king and surrenders to the king and says, "O king, I accept whatever blame you have put on me, but get me off these three chains which are binding me." This is our position. We are prisoners of these three modes. Now comes this beautiful story I mentioned to you in the beginning of the class, how Narad Muni also had a nice experience with Maya. Once Narad Muni walks into Lord Vishnu's chamber and says, I have a deep spiritual question to you, my Lord. Vishnu says, what is that, Narada? He says, what is this Maya? Can you please tell me what it is? I am not able to understand how can Maya bind a wise person? A person who knows that he should not be bound by Maya, how can he be bound by Maya? Vishnu smiled. Vishnu is a man of few words. He is a man of action. He says, oh, Narad Muni, do one thing. By the time I tell you what's the answer to this question, why don't you go and get me a cup of water? So Narad Muni says, oh, fine, I'll come back. And he sets off, goes across to the next village. He has a small container with him, knocks on the first door of the house that comes his way. He says, I need some water. Lo and behold, like any movie, you have a beautiful woman who opens the door and smiles at Narada and says, please take the water. The love story started from the first sign. So one thing led to the other. The girl likes him, Narad Muni likes her, and both of them fell in love and they got married. Remember, he had come there to take a glass of water. Years passed away. He is happily married. He has children. He is completely enjoying his family life. That's when the Maya strikes. One day, there is a flood in the village. The river flew so furiously. The house got washed away. His family was wiped away. And Narad Muni cried out and said, oh, Narayana, please help me. Narayana immediately appeared. And he says, oh, Narada, what is happening to you? Narada looks at around and says, oh, no, what is this? I was supposed to have come here to collect water. Now I am crying out to you for help, saying, please save my family. Vishnu smiles and says, oh, Narad Muni, this is Maya. So this is the illusion what happened to Narad Muni. If it happened to him, it can happen to any of us anytime. We should be careful. We should be cautious. Last verse, very, very powerful verse. It says, Daivi hi isha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam taranti te. Remember this golden lines. Daivihi Isha Gunamahi. These gunas are coming from me. They are my energy. You can transfer or transcend them only by surrendering to Krishna. Mayam etam tarantite, mameva ye prapadyante. This divine energy of mine, consisting of three modes of nature, is difficult to overcome. Underline this word. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond that. Now, as students of Gita, is it so difficult for us to surrender to Krishna? I don't think so. All that we need to do is take our ego step by step away, chip it away, and surrender to Krishna. So, first, he says, the nature of illusion, Daivi Maya. My illusion is not so easy to overcome. And this is comprising of three modes. Sattvic, mode of goodness, Rajasic, mode of passion, and Tamasic, mode of ignorance. What does this do? We saw the first picture in the early part of the class. We are pulled apart by desire, attachment, greed, ignorance, jealousy, hate, anger, and what have you. We are entangled in material existence. That is the power and beauty of three modes. What is the human limitation? It is impossible to overcome these modes by human effort. Mamamaya durutyaya, extremely difficult, impossible. It's like this picture tells you more than a million words. If you were to use your mind and willpower and intellect, you will be only rowing against the impossible stormy weather of three modes, Rajas, Tamas, and Sattva. If you have to come out successfully of this, it's only possible by Krishna's grace. Bhakti is way beyond illusion. Mameva prapadyante. Please surrender unto me. Mayam etam tarantite. Only then you can cross this world of illusion. What are the learnings? Remember, the modes emanate from Krishna, hence they are very difficult to overcome. It's a God given filter over reality. It's like wearing a pair of goggles, because then the whole world looks color. All this illusion looks so real because of these three modes. That's the filter that Krishna has blessed all of us in abundance. What is the challenge of these modes? No amount of material effort will be helping you to overcome them. Human effort alone is insufficient to break this illusion. What is the solution? What is the mantra? What is the only way possible to break the modes? Mameva prapadyante. Surrender to Krishna. Divine grace will help you navigate through the choppy seas and reach the shore. What is the summary? Krishna is everywhere. Maya makes us forget. Bhakti helps us remember. Why we should attend Gita classes? Because we must refresh, rejuvenate, recreate the missing bhakti within us. We must help these classes help you remember bhakti. And bhakti is the only possible boat which can take us to Krishna. This is what we started the day with. This is how we have ended. Thank you very much. We now go to the quiz section. Welcome to the quiz show. And as I mentioned in the earlier part of the class, quiz is not meant as a reflection of marks. First is participate, give your best, and the right or the wrong answer is an outcome. Just don't worry about that. So with this, the first question is on your screens. In the verse 7.8, Krishna says, I am the taste in water. I'm sure all of you remember this. If you are drinking a glass of plain water, what is Krishna actually claiming to be? The answer is in the question, but let's go through the options. The molecular structure of water, H2O. The thirst quenching essence that makes water water. The physical minerals in water that give the flavor. The feeling of being hydrated, which is most satisfying. Prabhuji, I need your help. Who has raised his hands first?
I think Ramesh raised even before the answers were coming out. No, nobody can.
I
Abhishek,
see.
don't put it in the chat box. We are supposed to. I think the rules have to be explained once again. Abhishek has put the answer in the chat box. Please delete it. You have to raise the hand, and the opportunity will be given for the people who have raised the hand to answer. So the first person who raised the hand was Ramesh.
So, Ramesh, the honor goes to you of opening the innings. What is the
Hare
right answer?
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
The answer is B, the thirst quenching essence that makes water water.
Are you sure?
Yes,
लॉक किया जाए.
yes, sir.
Let's see. The correct answer is B. Well, you start with a nice boundary. Well done. Easy question. Let's go to the next one. In 7.9, Krishna says, I am the light of the sun and the moon, which means Krishna controls celestial bodies, sun and moon from afar. Krishna is identical to physical light energy. Krishna is the illuminating principle behind all perception. Krishna is the illustrating principle behind all perception. I saw Ramesh. Anyone else?
Only Ramesh has raised.
So
So we have to
Ramesh is
go.
on a very strong wicket today.
Oh,
Over to you,
yes.
Ramesh.
Home ground for him.
Going very strong.
C,
Sure.
illuminating principle. Yeah.
Think if you want.
I stick to it. Shama. Thanks. C.
Perfect. Let's see. The correct answer is C. Well done. Excellent. 2 out of 2. We go to the third question. Krishna says he's present as essence in everything. We saw 14 things that we described. It also says world is deluded by three gunas and does not recognize him. What is the most accurate way to reconcile these two statements? Krishna is equally present everywhere, but the mind is conditioned by gunas, and that's why we fail to recognize him. B. Krishna is only present in sattvic experiences. Rajas and tamas obscure him completely. Krishna becomes hidden when the gunas are active and reappears when they subside. I see Ramesh and Abhijit, all of the above.
I think we'll give Abhijit
Since
a
we have
chance this time.
Ramesh, yeah, Abhijit, over to you. Ramesha, you will have to give it to him. I see Saptadeep also.
Hare Krishna,
Next
Prabhu.
question, Saptadeep.
Yes, Abhijit,
The
go ahead.
answer is
Go ahead,
option
go ahead.
A.
Option A.
Yes, Prabhu.
Sure.
Sure.
लॉक किया जाए. Let's go with the, let's see what is the right answer. Of course, oh, sorry, there's one E also, none of the above. If you want to change your answer, you have a chance.
I'll go with A.
Okay, let's see. The correct answer is A. Well done. 3 out of 3. Fantastic. Question number 4 coming on the screen. Those who take refuge in me cross over this Maya. Which interpretation best captures the meaning of Mayam etam taranti te? First option. The devotee remains in the same world, but no longer remains bound or deluded by it. Maya disappears completely for the devotee, and he is not deluded by it. The devotee escapes influence of gunas by personal effort, strengthened through devotion. All of the above. I see Ramesh, I see Abhishek, I see Saptadeep, I see
Mithali.
Mithali.
Okay, Saptadeep raised last time also.
Yes, correct.
And
Saptadeep, over to you. Mithali, you'll have to wait for the next.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam is option A.
The devotee remains in the same world, but no longer remains bound by, deluded by it. Are you sure?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Shall I lock it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Let's see what's the right answer. The correct answer is A. Well done. 4 out of 4. Beautiful.
Hare Krishna.
There was a none of the above also, which came later on. Last question of the day. Which statement best captures the flow of 7.8 to 7.14? Krishna explains his presence, then prescribes essence. Krishna shows his presence, then explains delusion and shows the path. Krishna shows his presence, explains strength of gunas. Krishna shows his presence and describes how to eliminate devotion. Think over it.
Ramesh has
Ramesh.
raised Sumati.
Sumati. Huh.
Okay.
Ramesh, since you have got 2 chances, let me give it to Sumati. Over to you, Sumati.
I'd like to go with B, Guruji. Krishna
B.
shows his presence, then explains delusion and shows the path.
You're sure?
B, yeah.
लॉक किया जाए. Shall I go ahead?
Yeah.
Let's see what's the right answer. The correct answer is B. Excellent. 5 out of 5. No negative marks this time. Well done. Keep it in. Thank you very much. And there is a reflection question which also appeared in the quiz. I will post this after hearing Gita What is one ordinary moment in daily life where you feel Krishna's presence more consciously after having gone through the lessons? If Krishna says he's present everywhere, why do we still fail to experience his presence in everyday life? This is the reflection question. Don't bother of writing it. I will post it in the group. You can share your reflections over the next few days. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We have 2 minutes left. If any questions, please feel free to ask.
Otherwise, there's an announcement to make.
Okay.
First, let's see if anybody raises hand for questions. Otherwise,
Sure. It could be related to anything.
okay. So while they think,
There's one.
okay, go ahead.
Abhishek
Go
is
ahead.
raised. Go ahead, Abhishek.
Unmute and speak for you.
Yeah, you're on mute.
Hare Krishna,
Ah.
Prabhuji, Dharmat Pranam. Prabhuji, this is Manisha. I'm joining from my husband's phone.
Okay.
So, Dharmat Pranam, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my question is, not related to today's class, but question is, when we see all the Pandavas are always aligned to the thoughts of Yudhishthir Maharaj, they never go against or deviate. So why Krishna chooses Arjuna as a medium to present this Bhagavad-Gita, and why not Yudhishthira? Not because why Arjuna, but just wanted to know why Yudhishthira, because everyone listened to Yudhishthir Maharaj.
Good question. I have also not come across this question, or I have not specifically read the answer. But if I were to hazard a guess, Arjuna of the 5 Pandavas was the most devoted and serving Krishna in Dasiras. See, for example, Dharmaraya was known for his ability to speak only the truth. Bhima was known for his strength. Nakula Sahadeva were known for something else. But if there was one person who, let us say you have a rating on the scale of 1 to 5 on dependability, on surrender, on humility, on ability. No, you are the world's best archer, but you are still so humble. So all these qualities made Krishna choose Arjuna. And Krishna is the supreme Lord, and he knows who is in the best position to execute his plans. He could have chosen any one of them. All of them would have succeeded. That's besides the point. But he always chooses the most deserving. And you must see over the entire episode as to why Krishna chose to speak Gita to Arjuna. It doesn't come back, oh no, because of this instance in chapter number so and so, Arjuna has been chosen by Krishna. No. It's a series of things that have happened over the entire course of Mahabharata, where Krishna decided that Arjuna is the chosen one. And if you go in the scriptures, Arjuna and Krishna appear together in various avatars. So Arjuna and Krishna are always close to each other. So that's another reason why he chose Arjuna to speak Gita to. And I would also invite Shamchandra Prabhu, who is our Rospati and Bhishma Pitamaha, to also share from his deep spiritual knowledge. Over to you, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, you have already answered it. And just to add, first of all, Manisha, good question. And I think in second chapter, Krishna clarifies this point that I'm going to speak this knowledge to you because of 2 reasons. One is he says you're my devotee, and second thing he says you're my best friend. So being a devotee and being his best friend gives the qualification to Arjuna to receive this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna says this very clearly, these 2 reasons. So that's why actually Arjuna is a recipient of this particular wisdom. And through Arjuna being the representative of all of us, we are also getting this knowledge and wisdom. Does that answer, Manisha?
Yes, Prabhuji, very much satisfying answer. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Very thoughtful.
Thank you,
Thanks a
Prabhuji.
lot, and do attend to all our future sessions. Is this your first session you're attending, or you have attended before also?
Before I've attended Prabhuji with this phone only.
Oh, I see. Okay. And also, we want to
Apologies,
thank.
we were calling you Abhishek because we can only see Abhishek on our screens.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Prabhuji, this account is registered in this name. That is why, Prabhuji.
Yeah, but
No
after
worries.
logging in, you can just rename it if you want. There, you press
Oh,
on the three dots, and then you'll get an option. Right click, you'll get an option of rename, and then you can rename it to Manisha next time. Okay.
sure, Prabhuji. Yes.
You can try it now also. I mean, it will not disturb us. You can try it if it works. And we wanted to thank Sumati, Umapati, and also Umapati separately. I probably feel they are husband wife. Is it like that?
So Mohammed is also there.
Yeah. So
Yes,
the two
yes.
persons. So thank you very much
Excellent.
for joining us. And Prabhuji, we can add them in the Gita Amritam Rasamalayam group if they are not added
Yes,
yet
Prabhu.
with the numbers you
Yes,
have. So please kindly add them so that they get all
certainly, sir.
the updates of our sessions. So the announcement which
Sure,
I
sir.
wanted to make was, as we all know, that starting tomorrow, it's a very auspicious month, beginning 17th May, and it comes only once in 3 years. And that month is called Purushottam month, the month of Lord Hari. Just like how we have every year Kartik month, very auspicious and austere month where we can attract a lot of acquire devotional piety also. So similarly, Purushottam month is a month where we try to really satisfy the Lord. Of course, we have to satisfy all the time, but this particular month is special because we try to do a lot of sacrifices. We try to sacrifice some amount of sleep, and we try to come out of ignorance by getting up early in the morning, and we try to remember the Lord all the time, as this chapter, that verses that has been covered today, where there's an opportunity to remember Krishna through different ways. So we try to remember him in all possible ways, but none better than increasing our chanting, that is holy name chanting, reading scriptures, and also hearing some kathas. So in that spirit, we are using Arjun Saka Prabhu's channel for this Gita Amritam. So Arjun Saka himself would be speaking on Bhagavad Gita every day starting tomorrow in the same channel, the same that we have logged in now, for 30 days. And this will be on 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita has about 20 verses. So he will try to cover these 20 verses starting tomorrow and ending on 16th of June. There could be probably an exceptions on Saturdays because the timing is exactly the same that we logged in. That is 7 to 8 p.m. India time. And I've just posted that in Gita Amritam group so that our group also can get the benefit because it's Bhagavad Gita and it is going to be 15th chapter. Okay, so that is the announcement I wanted to make. And looking forward to participation, each and everyone's participation from starting tomorrow, because there is going to be other than our group, it's going to be mixed with his channel groups also. That means he's got his own channel, and then there'll be a lot of members attending from that group also. So we all will attend as a one good big family, and we'll relish this 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita starting tomorrow, every day, same time, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. India time, and morning, that is about 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. In Seattle here in the US. All right. So I think we can end the session today.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you all once again, and thanking very rapt attention for all those who are present, and especially the participants for the quiz program. So we'll all meet tomorrow. Until then, Vancha kalpataro vescha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Ki jai. So I'm just ending the session now. Thank you again.